Okay, so if I came up to you and I said, here, you got two numbers, you got first number, you got the second number, and I made these numbers using counters. Notice I didn't show you any digits. I just made the counters, and you got to figure out the numbers on your own. But I said, which of these numbers is greater? Greater means bigger. Which side do we have more? Now, it might be tempting to say, oh, Mr. Melham, it's got to be this side because, look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on this side, we only have 3. So it must be this side. Not so much. Now, let's slow this down a little bit here because, remember, counters aren't just you don't just count them. You got place values you got to keep in mind. You got a 1 here, but that's 100, right? You got, what do we have? 6 of them, but these are 6 ones. You got to first off start out and make the number that's being shown. And if you do that, you're going to get 106. 106. And on this side, you've got 201. That's 201, which is the right answer. This number is the bigger one. Now, if you're still confused, let me slow it down for you a little bit more. Whenever you try to decide which number is the bigger number, always start on the hundreds. Why do we do that? Because hundreds are worth the most. We don't care about the ones. Ones aren't worth a lot. They're just little tiny ones, right? Remember, they're like baby elbows. Nobody really cares about them. They're not worth a lot. But the hundreds, those are the big flats. They're worth a lot. So if we have more hundreds, automatically we got the bigger number. Look at these two numbers. You got the first number has how many hundreds? 100. Look at the second number. How many hundreds? 200s. Yeah, see? So this is the automatic winner. This is the winner right here. Oh, but Mr. Melham, this one has 6 ones. It doesn't matter. You got to start with the hundreds. The one with the most hundreds wins. Let's move on to the second example. Question says, which number is larger? Okay, so we have the same situation. First number or second number? 3, 1, 2. Here, let's write it in. We got 3, 1, 2. What do we have on this side? We got 3, 2, 0. Oh, Mr. Melham, look, I started at the hundreds, like you said in the last question, but they're the same amount. So that must mean both numbers are the same. No, because here's another rule you got to keep in mind. If they have the same amount of hundreds, that doesn't mean it's an automatic tie. It just means that it's a tie with the hundreds. What do you do next? You shift over, you move over to the tens. The one now with the most tens is the winning number. So let's analyze this. We've got a tie over here. But when we move over to the tens, we have 1 here. But we got 2 over here. It's quite easy to see which is the bigger number. It's this one on this side. Now here's another way you could do it. If it's a tie with the hundreds, you see the 300 and 300, they're the same thing. Okay, look at what's left over. We got 12 and 20 left over, right? What's more, 312 or 320? Of course, 20 is more, and that's why if I click it, no buzzer here, but we get the buzzer on that side because it's larger. And the last question, which number here is larger? Okay, I'm sure you could do this now on your own. We got 1 of the hundreds, 1 of the hundreds. It's a tie. So we go to the tens. 3 of the tens, 3 of the tens. Oh man, that's a tie again. Yeah, it is a tie. So we move over to the ones now and we see there's no ones here, but we have one on this side. So it wins. And again, if you want to look at it a different way, you got 1, 3, 0. And here you got 1, 3, 1. You can think of it this way. If it's a tie with the hundreds, look at what's left over. We got 30. But on here, we got 31. Let me ask you, hey, what's more, 30 or 31? Of course, 31's more.